Alright, welcome back. I'm Aaron from GTAO VLOGS. You can see in the background here, and you can hear it, I found some water. I found some water in gold country, and it was quite a hike in. I'm really actually soaked with sweat, but it's cooler down here, and there are some bugs, so I'm dealing with some adversity, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to do some gold prospecting. I'm going to do some river sluicing, do a little bit of digging. I got a big boulder that's got some deposit behind it from a flood, from a pretty big flood. So I'm hoping there's some gold in that. I'm going to run it through the sluice and just see what we can find. So I'm looking forward to working with the water, and I might even take a dip in that river in a little while here. I wanted to thank everybody for coming along. It's been about a year now, getting close to a year, that I've been making these videos on YouTube and BitChute.com and Steemit.com, and you know, it's been quite an experience. I just wanted to thank the viewers and the people who are leaving their comments down below, and the upvoters on Steemit and BitChute, and thank the Patreon supporters who've joined me on Patreon and contribute a little bit of money every month to help keep this project going. Originally, that was sort of the plan. You know, I was going to keep doing what I was doing, my prospecting and mining and metal detecting and treasure hunting when I can, and hopefully share that with the viewers and develop some support, some income, so I could keep doing that. And I've had some success, and it's working out pretty good. I want to thank everybody who's supporting and been supportive. And I'll tell you what, just leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, doing those upvotes and the thumbs up, all that really helps my channel, and it's all free. So there's many ways to help the channel, and then also there's financial ways. People can contribute through PayPal.com on my website. Down in the description area below, there'll be a link to my website. There'll be a link to my eBay page, my Etsy page, and also Patreon.com. Anyway, I'm going to get started working, and we'll see how we do. Thanks a lot, everybody. Alright, I'm going to just show you. I've got some pretty simple tools here. Really basic. I had to carry this all down to the river and make a couple trips, as a matter of fact. So I had to keep it down to just the bare minimum. You can see I've got some drinks down here. I've got my little kit in here, which has a snuffer bottle and little gold vials and some of that fine, you know, tweezers, black sand magnets. Some of those fine things are in that little kit. Then I've got a small shovel, which I'm going to use as a pick, and a small shovel. I've got a short-handled, full-size #2 shovel. A couple gold pans, knee pads, gloves, a couple small tools for the crevices, and knee pads. Okay, I said knee pads already. And this right here is it's a milk crate. I'm going to use it as a classifier. I'm going to be putting that in the barrel, and I'll be shoveling into the milk crate, and then I'll shake it out, and that'll classify the material to about 3/4 of an inch minus, and then I'll be running it through the sluice here. You can see I've taken this barrel and I've made it into a sled that I can pull behind me with the rope here. And what I'm going to be doing is using this modern sluice right here. This is called a Green Mountain Gold Trap, and what it is essentially a self-classifying sluice box that uses technology to funnel water down through this lower chamber, down through these tubes in the bottom, creates a constant fluid bed, and it creates a constant fluid bed down in the trap here. That's why it's called the Green Mountain Gold Trap. This is the trap here. This is the classifier screen. All the material, you shovel the material onto this upper panel, and everything runs down and washes over the classifier. Everything, what this is, looks like about maybe 3/8 of an inch minus, everything about 3/8 inch minus goes down and into the trap down in here. Everything else rides over the top. This is plexiglass right here. Everything else, all the oversized, rides right on out over the top and out the back end. All the minus 3/8 collects in the trap. And then because of the water pressure that's coming in from this lower channel, the water pressure that's coming in through this area here funnels down into those tubes in the bottom. And in the bottom of the, if you look here, those tubes have holes in the bottom and they're capped off at the end here. So this is all capped off. So the flow from that force, from that water flow coming down through the bottom of the sluice, all that water has to come out these holes in the bottom of the tubes, thus creating the fluid bed, the constant fluid bed in this trap here. After you run material all day long, or however long you run your material, then all you do, you can keep your sluice in position. You don't have to move the sluice. A lot of times moving the sluice really screws up the setup. So you don't have to do that. So all you do is pop out this pin and you pull the trap out. You pull this trap out and all your concentrates are going to be in here. All your gold, all your black sands, all the heaviest of the heaviest is the only thing that's going to remain in the trap. Pull the trap out, dump that in your gold pan, you're good to go. Pop it back in, put the pin back in, and you're ready to shovel some more. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be pretty interesting. I'm really excited to use this product, and right here is the name of the company. It's called Green Mountain Gold Trap. The easy clean out, greenmountaingoldtrap.com. Very nice people there, very nice company, and quite an innovative product really. It's patent pending. This is not really a prototype, but it's not far from the prototype stages. So I'm really excited to be using this out in the field, and we're going to get started and see how it goes. So thanks for coming along, all you supporters, and we'll talk to you in a little bit here. Alright, so I'll show you what I got going here. Basically, I'm shoveling into the classifier from this bank here, and in this bank, this is in the shadow. This whole deposit right here is in the shadow of a very large boulder. So in a flood stage, you can see the wood and the other material that was deposited up there, along with these cobbles and whatnot. I figure it's as good a spot as any to give it a shot. So I'm taking that material as best I can and shoveling into this milk crate, using that as my classifier. And then I end up with some minus 3/4 of an inch or minus inch material, and I can bring that over here, park it right next to the sluice. And one of the things you want to keep in mind when you're using any type of sluice in the river is you want to have hopefully enough force coming out on the tail end to move your tailings along. So what I did is I had some of these big rocks in the way, and I moved some of these big rocks out of the way to clean out the area behind the sluice so that my tailings have a place to go. Then I can use my shovel to just rake them out, help them along. Once in a while you find a situation where you've got enough flow from the river, maybe coming from the side or from both sides, to actually kick out your tailings constantly as you feed the machine. That's ideal, but that's not happening here. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I don't think there's enough flow to do that. So it'll be easy enough for me to take my shovel and move those tailings on out. Now let's get back to the sluice. Sluice box is set up and it looks like it's functioning really well. I'm going to grab the shovel here. I'm just going to show you a couple shovelfuls, and then I'm going to get many more tubs of dirt and start running them through the sluice. Dump that right onto the top of the sluice, and the material runs right down. All the oversize kicks off over classifier screen. You can see how quickly that's cleaning out. Just dumping that shovel on. Pretty much as fast as I can shovel it. Got to keep my tub in place here. Now I've got like -1 inch going on to the sluice. That could be larger. You can watch the flow of the water. It just happens that my milk crate has about 1 inch holes in it, so possibly you could probably use a 2-inch classifier or something like that. But at the same time, I didn't want to beat the hell out of the sluice, so I'm using the milk crate, which is what I had. It's about a 1-inch classifier, and dumping the material on. And watch that classifier screen. Some rocks and some leaves are collecting there. Those are going to get kicked off in a minute here with the next load of material comes on. And so on and so forth. You just keep shoveling. The oversize rides right over the top of that classifier screen. All the undersize goes into the trap, the fluid bed. Now I'm running out of material here because I just wanted to demonstrate how it's functioning, how it's working. Put another shovel on there. Watch it go down. Occasionally you're going to want to come and just rake that off with your hand or with your shovel carefully. Now if we look down in here, we can see the fluid bed in action. Fluid bed is fluidizing that material constantly. You see it over here. That fluid bed is working all the way along. I'm losing my tub. The tub wants to go away in the current. You can see the fluid bed is functioning all the way along in that trap. Now as I keep adding more material, that's going to constantly exchange heavy for light, heavy for light, heavy for light. It's going to be constantly getting more and more concentrated down in that trap. So it looks like things are running pretty well. I'm going to just start moving some dirt as much as I can. I'll set up the camera and we'll check in later. you can see for a close-up, all those particles in there are dancing around. I've probably put in about 10 buckets through that sluice now. You can see that there's some plant material that hangs up here on the classifier. Got to get that plant material off every now and then. Every now and then an angular stone gets stuck in the classifier. You got to kick that out. It's not a big deal. Meanwhile, the trap is just constantly concentrating. It's concentrating all that minus material in there, in that fluid bed. Wrapping things up here. I'm imagining I probably put 8 to 10 buckets through the Green Mountain Gold Trap. Probably, you know, close to 1/4 of a yard. Really not that much material, but I'm at the end of the day here. I'm at the end of the day, the end of a trip. It's been quite a trip, and I'm trying to get this finished up here so I can show you guys. I'm going to go ahead and clean out the trap and pan it out on camera, show you what we find, and show you how easy it is to take that trap out without even removing the sluice. You just pop the trap out, clean it out in your gold pan, and then pan it out. So you've got super concentrates right there, self-classifying sluice. Boy, is it humid. Woo! All right, so one other thing I wanted to thank the members of the YouTube Friends Ratings Club. It's YFRC for short. We've got a group of members who are all different YouTube creators, and they all have their own channels. And the small channels like that we have, we're trying to help each other get a little bit better ratings, a little bit better statistics, maybe make a little bit better competition for some of the bigger channels. So if you've got a YouTube channel and you're the creator, you want to check out the YFRC Club, you can look in the description below, go to my website, gtaovlogs.mozello.com, and there's a YFRC page. You can join up. All you got to do is send me an email, read about it, decide for yourself. It's a nice group of people, and we would be welcoming to any channel who's also a friendly YouTuber who can follow the rules. So take a look at that if you're interested. Once again, thanks everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get started on the clean out and do some panning. All right, talk to you later. All right, now the sluice is in position as it was. I ran 8 to 10 buckets through. Now all the concentrates are down here in the trap. What I need to do is pull out that pin. I can pull out the trap and put it in my gold pan. But one thing you've got to do first is you need to you need to slow down the water coming into those tubes. So what I'm going to use is my small gold pan. It's a 10-inch gold pan. I believe the manufacturer recommends a piece of styrofoam or something. I'm not sure about that, but I slowed down the water flow with my gold pan. Come back over here. I could pop this trap out. Pull the pin out. Pull the trap out. You've got all your concentrates. You've got them all down in here. Look at that. You can see black sand. See black sand down in here. Those are all the concentrates. That's it. You can sort of clean that sluice out. Take your gold pan. Splash out the super concentrates, black sand, gold, lead, all the heavies. All the heavies are going to get caught in there. Make sure you get everything out. Now you want to look in there. You want to make sure those tubes are cleaned out. When you put it back together again, you don't want a bunch of grit and sand and stuff in there. You want it ready for next time. Now you've got all of your concentrates here in the gold pan. I'm going to set that over here. And then you take your trap. Pop it right back in and put your pin back in to lock it in place. Boom. And there you go. You're ready to shovel again. You're ready for another day or another couple hours. All right, I got the pan. I'm going to another pan. I'm going to pan it. I'm going to use a safety pan. I'm going to pan this out here on camera. We'll see what we find out of that 8 buckets or so. You see there's quite a bit of gravel in there. That's going to be all the minus 3/8 that makes it through that classifier. So there's going to be a lot of waste rock. And then I'm going to re-stratify it again. Do another wall. I'm getting down to almost pure black sand here now. See if we can see anything. Oh, I can see some lead. I can see some gold. See if you can see that. See some gold right down in here. There's 1, 2, there's some real fine gold. There's a piece of lead right there. Some more gold in there. All right, I'm going to pan it. There's a piece of gold up here. You can see that? I don't know if you can see that. There we go. There's some gold. You can see that. All right, I'm going to pan it down a little more. I wanted to stop when I did. We're running out of daylight here. All right, now if I can get you to see it, There it is, right up there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's maybe 10 more little needlepoint type pieces right in there. There's some lead down in here. A lot of black sand. There's more gold. There's a piece of gold. See that? It's a piece of gold right in front of my finger. There's more gold down here in the black sands, but I'm really running out of daylight. So I'm going to take all that up in my snuffer bottle. But there you can see that this is some really damn fine gold. Look at this stuff up here. Let me see if I can adjust the camera. Right up in here, there's some real fine gold. Some larger pieces in there. You know, this was a quick run in the afternoon here on this day, and I certainly didn't, you know, I didn't work all day, I didn't work overnight, I didn't, you know, it was just a sort of a quick run, just to test. My first time using the Green Mountain Gold Trap, and I'm pretty impressed with that. I'm impressed with how easy it was to shovel onto, and self-classified. So I'm going to use my snuffer bottle